Hi everybody, I mentioned that I wanted to share a few things about NoodleTools, and I do want to share it from two perspectives. One from the student's perspective, and then also some information from the faculty member's perspective, because as a faculty member or an administrator, you have different access rights than the students do. So one of the things that I heard people mentioning was, gee whiz, do you have different levels for projects? So the answer to that is yes. You have the option to change the level for any given project when you set it up. You could use a starter method, which is very basic and might be suitable for upper elementary. In the middle school, I use junior, and then in the high school, they use the advanced method. So for any given project, yes, you do have the ability to change a level. So one of the things that I wanted to share with you was note cards and how to name, stack, and tie note cards to an outline. One of the questions that you had was how to manipulate the note cards. So for a given project, if you open the project, you have your options. Are you working on citations? Are you working on note cards? What are you up to? So in the note cards feature, I've made two sample note cards. Here they are. Just drag them around, and you can see that the bird's eye view allows you to move around your tabletop in case some of the note cards are spread off on the sides. You can stack these on top of each other if they are related. The other neat thing that you can do is, if you have set up an outline for yourself over here, you can associate given cards with specific parts of your outline. The outline is exportable into Google Docs and printable, so that can be very helpful to you if you are preparing an outline. Another way to get a book, for example, into this database very easily, into NoodleTools very easily. Of course, you could fill in the information right here. You can also import based on the ISBN. If you were to type in the ISBN in this field, it would go out to WorldCat and look for that book, and you could pull in the citation that way, which could be a time saver. Kelly gave you an example for a database where you could copy and paste the citation right here. Just so you're aware, up here in the corner is the MLA guide, and if you click that, it pops out a sample citation for the format that you have chosen. So it's easy to check what has been provided to you from the database company with what ML8 looks like in NoodleTools, from NoodleTools perspective, to do the comparison, to make sure that your italics are in place because sometimes they don't copy, to check on the capitalization, things like that. So that's another neat thing to know. And then lastly, as a student, how do you get the citations out of NoodleTools? And that happens right here. You can click print/export to Word, and it's going to export and create a document which you can now open. And at this point, your works cited is ready and available for you. It's got the proper hanging indent, the spacing is correct, it's ready for you to save to whatever program you're using. And now you're done. You can always print it again if ever there's an error. It's easy. So I've just shared with you some of the things that are kind of neat from the student perspective. Now I want to share with you some things that are neat from the faculty perspective. If you're a faculty member, an administrator, you can create an inbox. For example, these are some inboxes from projects that I have worked with teachers on. So for example, here is a teacher's Dropbox. And in this inbox are all of the individual student projects. So we can go in to a given student's project. We can look at the sources that this student is using. We can see what's happening here. You have the ability to comment here and to pull comments from a comment bank. So if you tend to use the same comment over and over, you can find the comments or create the comments and add them to your bank. There is an inbox navigator right here that will lead you through the student projects. The other thing you can do here is take a look at the student's note cards. So in this case, the student named all of his note cards cats, 1 through 12. I might suggest to this student that they name them something more distinct, but this particular student wanted to keep it just like this. So in this way, you can see what the student's work was. You can comment upon the student's work. You can leave them notes and comments within this note-taking piece, and you can do the same thing within sources. So those are a couple of things from the faculty side of things that might be helpful to you.